Right now, we're keeping an eye on a group of storms west of the metro. Ben has an update of what to expect tonight.
A dangerous situation in Carver County. Fire crews dealing with a large grass fire and one of their small engine rigs exploding. Then a 3-year-old child is shot in Minneapolis. How she is doing tonight and the search for who did it. Plus a recall tonight that will have you checking your freezer. Why Bob Evans says that you need to throw out some of its pork sausage. The news starts now.
Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Morgan Wolf. A live look right now at the radar behind me. Some late season thunderstorms after an unusually warm day. Let's head out right to Ben Derry with a look at what the rest of the night's going to be looking like.
Well, warm and certainly windy for most of us, with a select few of us.
All right, thanks, Ben. The rain that we're seeing in parts of the state is badly needed. Dry conditions and wind helped fuel a large grass fire in Carver County today. Crews from 4 counties spent hours working to put out the flames. 2 firefighters suffered minor injuries after a gas rig blew up. Megan Reisted reports from the south side of Eagle Lake near Norwood, Young America. The fire chief had a very stern warning. The DNR is requiring permits across the state for fires in Carver County as well, along with a number of other counties in the state. They are listed as high fire dangers. A 3-year-old girl is out of the hospital tonight after being shot. Police were called to the intersection of 5th Avenue and Penn in North Minneapolis last night. When they arrived, they discovered a girl inside a home when she was hit by a bullet. She was rushed to the hospital, but the news of a child being shot hits home to community members. An advocate, K.G. Wilson, his granddaughter was shot and killed last year. Her murder is still unsolved. Tonight, the State Patrol is investigating a fatal accident along 35W. The crash happened shortly before 7 in the southbound lanes at McAndrews Road. The State Patrol says the driver veered to the right of the shoulder, went into the ditch, then hit a sound barrier. The car then started on fire.
Tomorrow starts the third and likely final criminal proceedings involving former Minneapolis police officers charged in George Floyd's death. J. Alexander Cain and Tou Thao are already serving federal convictions for violating Floyd's civil rights, but they both still face aiding and abetting murder and manslaughter charges. Many witnesses expected to testify at their state trial have already done so at both their federal trial and at the state trial against their former colleague Derek Chauvin. The coverage of this trial will look different. No cameras are allowed in the courtroom. Cain and Tao's murder charge has a recommended sentence of 12.5 years. Both former officers rejected plea deals that could have served at the same time as their federal sentences. Thomas Lane, another officer at the scene, did accept a state plea deal. He pled guilty to aiding and abetting manslaughter and is serving his 3-year sentence. Jury selection for Cain and Tao's state trial begins tomorrow morning.
This week, there will not be a strike by service workers at the University of Minnesota. The union and the university reached a tentative deal yesterday. The new contract that will be voted on soon will guarantee union members $20 an hour in wages. The school also agreed to employ workers even during the summer months for at least 30 hours a week. The contract would be good through June of 2025. Work is underway in Brooklyn Park to create a new center for teens. The Youth Empowerment Center is the brainchild of Bishop Harding Smith and his group Minnesota Acts Now. Renovations got started today to turn this building that used to be home to several different businesses now to become a place for young people to thrive. Smith says that the center will be a community center as well as a place for teens to be able to be mentored and then get some help finding a job. It's a very sunny day in Philadelphia. The Phillies are heading to the World Series. Crowds poured out into the streets tonight. Look at that madness there, as well as the players popping the champagne in the locker room. They will play either the Yankees or the Astros. And the Timberwolves hit the road for the first time tonight. Will Hall joins us with a recap.
Morgan.
Still ahead tonight, a recall from Bob Evans, and it involves thousands of pounds of Italian sausage. You're going to want to hear about this one. Stay with us. Bob Evans Farms Food has recalled more than 7,500 pounds of Italian pork sausage products. The move comes after people complain that they found pieces of thin blue rubber in the meat. The raw Italian pork sausage items were produced on September 8th and shipped to stores nationwide. So if you have any of them, either throw them out or return them to where you bought it from. There is a new batch of COVID-19 variants brewing, and some health experts say that it could cause a surge this winter. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the so-called Scrabble variants are responsible for nearly a third of all of the COVID-19 cases reported in the United States last week. We'll be right back with your weather. Yeah, Ben, you're saying that you enjoy being in a light t-shirt outside. You know that there are some Minnesotans at home that don't pack up the shorts until maybe December.
We'll see what happens. I'm sure there are people out there.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight and staying up late with us. Vikings Extra is up next.